Hello guys, Spirit's been encouraging me to do a video for all of you who are reacting to the planetary shifts in energy. Now Aries went into the North Node very recently, 12th of April, okay? That's when Aries went into the North Node, and it's going to be there until October of 2023. Now I feel like a lot of you are getting urges to start new passion projects, okay? Passion being the key word here, with Aries taking over that compass point, the North Node, pointing our soul in a certain direction. Now I actually have my Aries in the North Node, so it means quite a lot to me to give you these messages. As you can see, I've already shuffled and pulled some cards, and the messages here were so strong that I thought I'd just leave them on the table. Okay, I'm going to pull more cards in a minute, but what this is all about is you guys finding that courage, okay? And I feel like you can feel it in your souls, something pushing you along, pushing, no matter what storyline you're currently in, no matter what's going on around you, there's something in you that wants to burst out, okay? Now, Spirit wants me to let you know that nothing is ever wasted. So this Justice card coming out, this to me, the message I'm getting through with this is that a lot of you have felt like you've wasted time in other areas, or you know, that things haven't quite gone your way. Now I'm here to tell you and pass on the message from Spirit that actually nothing has been wasted, okay? The universe has measured every single action, every single intention, every conversation you've had with people, all your efforts. And it's to do with your intention, your good heart, okay? Spirit's been with you, of course, your whole lifetime. There's no separation, all right? It just feels like that in the 3D. So other projects some of you may have started and not finished, that still has gone down the chute, okay? It still has given you skills, given you impetus, given you more points with the universe. The universe has seen all the efforts and intentions you've put into everything throughout your whole life, okay? And wants you to know that nothing is wasted. You're being seen for all the efforts you've put in. And especially, you know, it's about that heart, the heart you've put in. So as much as some of you may have felt like, oh, I went down this path and it seemed like a dead end. No, it wasn't a dead end. It's led you to exactly where you are now. And again, there's this real sense of the universe balancing things out for you, measuring your heart and knowing exactly who you are and exactly what your intentions have been every step of the way. Now I'm talking every little thing, all right, every little effort you've put in. Even if it's just dragging yourself out of bed one day, or being kind to someone as you pass them in the street, giving them a little smile, whatever. The universe is, they're telling me the heart and the feather. The universe has been weighing your heart against the feather, and you're doing really well. Let me tell you that. The universe is impressed with you. Now again, back to the North Node. The energy's shifting, okay, in our cosmos, however you want to say it. The cosmic energies that have shifted will be giving you this fiery Aries energy. Now you might want to look in your birth chart for where Aries is in your chart, okay, which house Aries is, you know, occupying, whatever the case may be, because there are serious energies available to you now with Aries having gone in the North Node. Ace of Wands came out. Now this is the card of the entrepreneur. It's about having a great burst of confidence, of power, and Aries is all about number one, okay, you caring more what you think than what other people think, okay, blocking out the naysayers, blocking out anyone who, you know, they might be well-meaning, but a lot of people will pour water all over your dreams. Now it's funny I said pour fire, because I feel like Spirit really does want to pour fire all over your dreams and literally light a fire under your bum-bums, you know, and really give you the determination, the inspiration. They're telling me pat you on the back. They want you to be crazily inspired, okay? They want you to be so sure of yourself, so connected to your higher self, that other people around you who are trapped in a 3D mindset think you're absolutely crazy, because, you know, we're never trying to impress other humans. The only ones worth impressing to me is God, okay? The most high gods, the deities, the ancestors. And I feel like that's what they want you to do. They want you to impress your lineage, okay? They want you to think new thoughts that have never been thought before. They want you to be dynamic, innovative, really use the energies that are available now with the Aries being in North Node to really get new and different things going, okay? And there's always more people trying to put you off your pathway than there are trying to encourage you, because they just don't see through your lens. If you are an entrepreneur, if you do have that spiritual fire, that spiritual power, well, most people have given that up to fit in with the mainstream, okay? But you're not a mainstreamer. You're someone who has no box, okay? You're burning all the deadwood out of your life at the moment, I feel. Spirit sees your courage and sees all the times, all the efforts you've put in. And again, it's about that heart, that golden heart, knowing there's so much more often than what we're taught or what we're told. Feeling the energy and following that feeling, okay? It's like a signal, it's like a beacon. Your higher self leading you to the next nexus point, to the next, it's like the next point on a map. And you having that faith in non-physical energy, knowing that there's no separation between the physical and the non-physical energies, and letting yourself go with that inspiration, letting yourself be moved by the spiritual power. And look at this, the Hierophant. Now these stairs, they look so, there's so many of them, but they're taking you up to a whole different level in your life, okay? Courage, all right? There are beings out there, there are spiritual energies out there that can merge in with you, merge in with your magnetic field, and they don't get much chance to do that, okay? They're waiting for the courageous ones so they can give you their energy, so they can merge in with you non-physically and give you that dynamite energy, give you that warrior energy. They love a brave one. Spirit loves the brave, because not many people are. Not many people understand the mechanism of the universe and how to use their focus and their frequency to pull in power. Now, I'm not talking about any, lower vibrational dark magic here. I'm not talking about taking your focus off of the Most High God and high frequency, but I'm literally telling you, you can be, do, and have anything you want. You can create anything you want. And if people don't want to support you in your life, I mean, you're very lucky if you've got people who genuinely understand you in your life and genuinely appreciate you and genuinely are your cheerleaders. But for most of us, we've got to learn to be our own cheerleader. And when we cheer for ourselves, the whole of the non-physical cheers with us. They're the ones holding the flame. Come this way. Do it. Have that courage. Be godlike, okay? Because you are portions of God. And the people who are brave enough and magic enough to really connect with that energy are the ones who merge with those non-physical beings who are so powerful, who give you new lenses through which to see, and become your allies, become your biggest cheerleaders, always in your corner, just waiting for us to hit a signal. Like the ancients, they knew all this, okay? They knew about energy, and the books have been burnt. People have been killed so that it won't get passed on, so the knowledge won't get into our mindsets and into our spirits, so that others can remain in control of the monopoly board. Well, I feel like there are lots of people bursting forth now who need that extra push to be like, no, you're not crazy. You are courageous. You are divine, and you can do this. The Hierophant coming out here, it was really interesting to me. It's like so many of you can feel the tug down a divine pathway. And it's just a case of not caring what random, regular humans think of you, because they'll try and put you off every step of the way. I had someone tell me, oh, YouTube takes ages, don't do that, do something else first. It's like, that just lit a fire under me. I was like, who the hell do you think you're talking to, you boxed in 3D minded minion of the governments who train your mind and hypnotize you from such a young age to be what they want you to be a drone. Well, this is for the ones who have the heart, the lion-hearted ones, okay, the ones who want to forge a path, be leaders. Aries is all about leading. Aries, the god of war, okay, that little lamb turns into a very powerful ram. Now, if you've never seen a ram fight, you might want to go and see that, okay, because I saw a documentary once, and this ram, he took like a 200-meter run up and he rammed another ram from such a long distance. He just galloped into him and connected with this poor unsuspecting other ram's thigh, and it wobbled and wobbled. It was so powerful. And that's the kind of Aries energy we're getting into now, having the confidence, the courage, and they're telling me charisma to be a leader, to break out of boxes, to ignore, there are no boxes. Okay, it's all just hypnosis. People trying to tell you, oh, well, that's crazy. We're all going to punish you and ostracize you if you go outside the box. Now, it's a good job Tesla didn't think like that. You know, imagine Tesla, Nikola Tesla, going down the pub or going to his local bar and trying to tell these regular humans about his plans. They would laugh at him. They would bully him. They would ostracize him. And these are the energies we've got to literally treat as the most irrelevant energies, and just turn the other cheek, turn away from them, and focus on these energies that can join in with you. I'd much rather have a powerful non-physical entourage than have a codependent pack of humans who've been brainwashed in support of me, because their support means nothing anyway. They're on a 3D frequency. They're trapped. They're prisoners of their own minds. That sort of support means nothing to me. I'd rather have the support of the gods cheering me on every step of the way as I go up my divine pathway. And this is the sort of message they want to get across to you, okay? To take that leap, to know that all your efforts have been noted and measured by the universe. There are no wasted turns. There are no wasted conversations. There are no wasted efforts. I feel like for a lot of you, so many different parts of you are culminating, are joining together to become this mega you, okay? What you could call like your higher self. You're becoming a new metaphysical version of yourself. But to do that, you've got to burn away what you were before. You've got to not be stuck in comfort. You've got to be willing to be uncomfortable. It's like I've started having cold baths recently. And it doesn't take long for the mind to adjust to what you're donating, to the alchemy that you're conjuring up. First of all, you're like, oh, I don't like this cold water or whatever, and it feels so uncomfortable. And eventually, give it a couple of months and you're like, wow, I'm craving this cold water now. I love this cold water now. And that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. Like when people first start working out, it feels like, oh God, this is hell on earth because you're unfit, right? Soon enough, your body gets to crave that movement again. Okay, and you find your power, you relight that flame. Look, there's like so much light here, so much divine support. I feel like this video is for the people who are wondering whether to start a new pathway. And I want to tell you that spirit, that the universe is fully on your side. The universe loves a warrior. The universe loves someone who can have pure faith in themselves, especially when no one else does, right? You guys are the ones. You guys are the ones that the most powerful deities and beings will cheer on. And when I talk about deities and beings, I know some people out there might think, well, there's only one God. Yeah, we are it, that consciousness that each one of us has a portion of. We are all one, okay? But there are deities, there are consciousnesses that are so potent and so evolved and who've mapped out so many blueprints, lived so many lives, that we call them gods. You know, ascended masters. So many beings who are so powerful. And if we can just get up into the zone, just like the athletes, when they get into that super zone of the mind, you might hear people talking about the alpha brainwaves and various brainwaves. Well, what do you think those are? Those are signals your brain gets onto. And once you get onto that purity of a signal, then you get the power flowing through your vessel, okay, through your magnetic field. Then you start really affecting the fabric of reality and making big, long-lasting changes. Then you become legendary. Now, I know a lot of you aren't thinking in those ways, oh, you know, being legendary or whatever. But I'm not talking about humans thinking you're legendary. I mean you, your sense of self, knowing your own power, knowing how powerful you can be. But you've got to shut out those 3D voices, those people, those naysayers, low vibrational ones, you know, average people who are always going to live average lives out of fear of not fitting in, fear of being ostracized, fear that someone's going to treat them the way they deep down treat other people. And they keep themselves trapped that way. They keep themselves in a box of the mind. But this is for you to break out of that box, okay? Whoever's listening to this, you found this for a reason. Spirit's handing you this torch so that you can light the way in your own life and ripple that out like a domino effect. Your confidence, your power. It's infectious, all right? I know someone's going to be listening to this who feels like, oh, all my efforts were for naught. No, Spirit's saying no, your efforts were not for nothing. They've accumulated. They were worthwhile. Everything was practice, trial and error. Knowing what you don't want so you can know what you do want. All the little roads you've gone down have taught you something, and they've led you to this beautiful divine pathway that now you can take all your knowledge, all your gifts, and bring them into one powerful business or pathway, okay? And make the most of the Aries North Node energy. Make the most of that warrior energy. I also got the King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, okay? They're telling me fortune favors the brave. The universe loves someone. The universe loves the crazy ones who don't give a crap what anyone else thinks, who know in their own power and know that they can manifest anything they want, okay? Anyone who puts limits on you, and I know it can be really disappointing when we tell a friend or a family member something we're planning on doing and we expect them, instinctively we expect them to support us and they don't. Oh, that can really get on our heart chakras. But let it make you more determined. Let it coax you. Let it turn your focus to the right source of power, to the divine, who are waiting always in infinity, okay? Time's different on the other side. Turn to the ones who truly know you, who understand your every thought, your every wish, your every whim, who know you inside out and back to front. They know you, they know your big, beautiful heart, and they know you can do anything. If you can picture it in your mind, you can create it. There's this need for you to really be the one cheering yourself on and know that you'll get extra energies joining you from the non-physical. But you've got to get comfortable with not sharing your plans with people, not letting them pour water on your fire, because this is what the universe needs. The universe needs warriors of all varieties. Now, you could want to start a bakery, start baking cakes, and it doesn't mean that that warrior archetype is irrelevant to you. We're not talking generic, going into a field and fighting with swords. We're not talking that sort of warrior. The warrior is a state of mind. Like I say, you could own a cake shop and still have that warrior energy, that determination. And that's what Aries North Node is all about. That's what the Aries energy is all about. Being selfish enough to focus on what you want. Knowing that your needs are just as important as anyone else's, but that you came into this incarnation with your needs, with your desires, with your distinct personality, with your heart for a reason. And you came into this incarnation not to be what other people want you to be, but to manifest things that you want to manifest. That's what Aries is all about. What do I want? What do I feel? I don't care what other people think. I'm doing me. I'm going to go down this path. If you want to support me, cool. If you don't, I'm not going to swear, but if you don't, then move out the way, get off of the path, move out the way. You're boring me. I don't need to be around any lame ones who've got no magic, who've got no spiritual power, trying to tell me what I can and what I cannot create. And that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm going to pull a few more. Spirit guides, angels, what do we need? Our beautiful entrepreneurs, our way showers, our leaders, the ones carving out the path, the ones hacking through the jungle, making a pathway for everyone else. What do they need to know? The Hermit. Yeah, this need to be in your own energies, be happy in solitude. And there's this real sense of connecting to the divine. The whole reason why people go into hermit mode, occultistically, this card in the major arcana, it's all about being in isolation, The pagans used to go off for a good year, 2 years on their own. And they didn't have to worry about coming back to a tribe of people who were so codependent and insecure and low vibrational that they'd be like, where have you been? We needed you. The pagans knew that every single member of that tribe was fully aligned with the divine. No fear of death, no fears of anything, but full people in and of themselves. So you can afford to go into isolation when you're not dealing with codependent people. The real ones who really support you, They'll always be your friend. You could not see them for 4 years and they'll still pick up on that signal. Your signal is metaphysical. So you can, rejoin your real friends anytime you want and they'll still be there for you. But there's this need for isolation, this need for you to be comfortable and powerful in your own space, in your own energies, knowing that you're enough and knowing that you've got a huge entourage of support. There's this real need for you to think thoughts that have never been thought before. And in thinking those new thoughts and pulling your mind into a new stage of the mind, a new theatre of the mind, that's where new energies can join you and inspire you even more. And put new magical potions almost, new energies on your internal store cupboard, new energies on the shelf of your personal apothecary. Now this is invisible, this apothecary. But we're talking about you getting the right powerful elixirs you need from non-physical, not from the physical world. The physical world's an illusion. It's temporary. It's full of chaos and distractions. You need to pull your focus into your own personal inner world. And again, it's non-physical. You can't see it, but you can feel it, right? That's why they say those with eyes to see. Powerful are the ones who can see non-physical energy, who can feel it, who know that the non-physical energy is just as real as the physical. In fact, the physical could not exist without the non-physical energies behind it. And the scientists are always going to be lagging pathetically behind the occultists who feel through faith the real state, the real nature, the real fabric of the universe, how it all really works. I want you to know your bubble of consciousness is powerful. Your world, as you see it through your eyes, as you feel it to be, that is a whole world in and of itself. And you don't need any support from outside of you, okay? I feel like there's this need for you to deeply meditate. Get deeply connected with the side of you that has lived lives already where you've had to be out on the long old road on your own. But those energies are valuable, okay? This is about you picking up energies in past lives that you can now access in this one. But you need to be alone. You need to clear your magnetic frequency out of any noise, any, low vibrational energies. Energy is contagious. Reconnect with your ancestors. And I'm not just saying that willy-nilly. I'm saying reconnect with your ancestors. Watch movies that remind you of, you could watch, look, if I watch Vikings or if I watch Britannia, I can feel the energies move within me. My bloodline, certain things become activated because I've focused on those energies. There might be this need for you to refocus onto things that are going to bring you power and fire up your internal non-physical apothecary. You might have heard of the Akash, your own Akashic world, Akashic mansions. Well, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your personal apothecary of energy, where you get your courage, where you get your fire, where you get everything you need. And yeah, there's always people trying to say you're crazy when you're into non-physical energies, okay? When you're into paganism or witchcraft. People who don't understand the non-physical, people who rely on scientists to tell them that, everything has to be this way. These are the same scientists that told us cigarettes were healthy, that told us sugar was healthy, that used to sell bottles of cocaine in the chemists, the apothecaries of London or whatever. You could buy pure opium back then, You can't trust anyone outside of yourself in that way to tell you how to live, to tell you how to think, because they're fearful. A lot of scientists are very fearful, and that's why they need to feel like they know everything, because it gives their lower animal self a sense of safety. And then they want to criticize the fighters and people who can throw a punch, when really they just bully people in a different way. They bully people intellectually. They make those of faith feel as stupid as they possibly can because they are locked into a 3D mindset where science is all there is. Anyway, I'm rambling, but there's this real need for you to know that your divine pathway is not reliant on anybody else. You can light your own torch, and the universe has been measuring your heart and your intentions for so long. Everything you've dreamed of has gone into your personal vault, into your personal Akash. You've just got to get high enough in vibration to line up with these events. Tell the universe what you want and then believe you can have it. Get joyful. Get powerful. Let that joy bubble out of you. Raise that frequency and magic this stuff up. Now I know, you know, the connotations, we're hypnotic creatures, human beings, we're hypnotizable. All of us. Okay, it's part of the deal. Living in the illusion, in the samsara. Noises outside are distracting me. But, you know, we're not all... When I say raise your vibration, there are connotations on that. Like, you've got to be, you know, a hippie sat in a meadow. No, 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 no. You can come down a different path. You can be a metaphysical pirate who's completely free. And again, the connotations on the word pirate. We've been brainwashed to think pirates are all a bunch of, you know, no goods and whatever. But they held on to freedom in a time when no one else would. They used to get their heads put on spikes because they wanted to put anyone off who really understood their free will. They wanted to put you off having free will. They wanted to box your mind back down. Well, this is the new shit. This is the new shit. There's too many light workers out there now. Okay? Now you've got Cleo Ra telling you all this stuff. That you can conjure up anything you want. That you can put so many different potions and through focus, through appreciation, whatever you appreciate, you get energies joining you on that level, okay? So this is about you going inward, appreciating yourself, not expecting anything from anyone outside of you. If you get it, cool, that's a bonus. But we're not living that way anymore. We don't need anyone to tell us we're right, to know what we know in our hearts, and to feel our connection with the non-physical, with the divine, and to be perfectly happy supporting our own ideas, perfectly happy knowing in our own power. What else, please? What else? Wow. Communication. See, exactly what I said. Exactly what I said. We've got the Agent of Arms, which is the Knight of Swords. Communication. The High Priestess. The Hierophant. The Hermit. This is communication with the ethers, all right? Look at this. 10 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Let these people go, you know. When people show you their true colours, believe them. And think to yourself, do I really want these people who have no magic, no honour, the sort of people that would not run through a city during a zombie apocalypse to come and save you? Would you really want them in your crew? Or do you want to leave space for better people? Have faith that there are people who are cut from the same cloth as you. People that get it, you know? People that get that there's a non-physical. People that get who you are. People can only see you through their lens of consciousness. They can only see you from their conscious level. I'm always tempted to put people in their place when they judge me incorrectly or whatever. But I know that that's just what they do. They project their small minds onto you. And it can be, you know, so annoying. But you've got communications to receive here. You've got communications to receive from much higher up beings. And his laughter, pulling me in. The gods see our lives, no matter what we go through, okay? They know we're going to return to joy eventually. We're going to go home to joy eventually. So they don't want us to take it all so seriously down here. They want us to use our inner child. We have the longest childhoods for a reason of any creature on this earth. And that's not so we can get to be an adult and shut all that inner child wisdom off. No, it was never supposed to be that way. It's so that we could live life joyously, being little metaphysical raw babies, being metaphysical creators, knowing our divine power, having that lust for life and that joy. And, you know, they'll call you crazy now if you engage your inner child. Because they've been brainwashed to think that, oh, well, you're only allowed to be a kid for a few years and then your best years are behind you and you've got to sit in an office or do whatever and do as you're told by a government you've never met who don't care less about you. Listen, I've got a lot of Scorpio in my birth chart. Venus in Scorpio, conjunct Pluto in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, and the only people I want around me are people that I know would walk through flames to save me and vice versa. That's the sort of soul crew I want around me. I don't need anyone else around me other than that. And I've been put here to hold that frequency, of ancient divine honor and wisdom. Now I've been accused of all sorts of things for holding that frequency. Little do they know, that's my job here. As a starseed, as an old soul, as someone who's lived so many lives and keeps coming back into this 3D low vibration to try and help free as many minds as possible. The people I'm listening to, You've got communications, you've got new energies coming in. A new connection, a stronger connection to the divine and to the ethers than you've ever had before. And they're going to give you more courage, okay? More belief, more light-hearted energy, more joyful energy. Because we don't have to be all so serious. As much as I sound like I'm being quite serious now, this is a message. We need to be serious about being joyful, serious about integrating and allowing our inner child to run free and not caring about the people who are mind trapped, who think that it's crazy to be that way or whatever. I'm going to pull a few from here. What are the important messages my viewers need to hear? What are the important messages my viewers need? Clear messages, please, Spirit. The tree. Good health. Wow. Look at this. The tree. Good health. If near flowers, fulfillment of highest hopes. So again, this is you knowing that you can fulfill those biggest dreams that you have. They're not silly. If you can imagine it, you can create it. And it might feel like these dreams of yours are down a long old path, but that's an illusion too. Because whatever you can line up with, you can have. It's just a case of you believing it. If you believe it's hard, it will become hard as an extension of your mind. If you believe it's easy to be a metaphysical pirate, to be an entrepreneur, to engage all of the powers of the universe, to give you what you want to manifest up, then that becomes reality because you're a portion of God. Your mind creates reality. And you're far more powerful than you might ever have realized before. One more, please. One more for my lovely viewers. One more. You know, sometimes it gets boring being an old soul. I thought I'd come into this incarnation and there'd be loads of badass beings around. And I didn't realize I was joined up with the yin realm. I zoned right back into the non-physical. A psychic told me. Because you didn't have anyone around you when you were a kid to support you, your soul went straight back into non-physical. So I thought everyone would be brave and courageous, and I learnt the hard way. Anyway, children signify friendly disposition, gentleness. But this is about that inner child I was just talking about. The highest hopes of the inner child. And look, bottom of the deck, the star, success in all enterprises. This is about you knowing you came here to prove to yourself how powerful, how beautiful life is, how much you can manifest. Use that inner child, okay? Use that hope you had and hopefully still have. Use that inner child. Line up with it. Dance and sing and be joyful. Know you're a powerful warrior. Highest hopes. You have to believe that your highest dreams and hopes are perfectly normal, perfectly acceptable, and real easy to manifest once you believe in it. But I feel like I'm speaking to people who've had, you know, we all are affected by the people around us. So you've got to keep bouncing back up to that higher self, realizing you're a portion of the divine, made out of pure stardust, love and magic. And all your dreams can and should come true, okay? Let's make our dreams come true before we end up out of this incarnation back in non-physical. You know, another interesting thing is that whatever you imagine, your ancestors and those in the non-physical get to experience it before it manifests into this slower, denser reality of the 3D. So when you realize, if you imagine a beautiful life, a beautiful tribe, a beautiful world, not only do you benefit, but your ancestors get to experience that first. This is all about you getting those hopes manifested, knowing who you truly are, and you being enough. You've got messages to download, you've got energies to connect with. I hope it makes sense when I say that you've got a personal apothecary of energies at your disposal. Infinite power, infinite energies, focus pocus, appreciation pulls in energies into your personal, non-physical Akash. I see it as an apothecary, but it will react and respond to your mindset. If you want to see it as, you know, a kitchen cupboard full of energy, you can see it that way, and the universe will do as you command. If you want to see it as a supermarket of energy, your personal supermarket, your mind is that powerful. However you visualize it, it becomes that way. I hope this is all making sense, and I hope I've inspired you to get those business ideas going. activate the warrior within you in any way, shape or form. Love you lots. Thank you for being here.